Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, afternoon, evening, and night, and best wishes to all of us. Respected chair of the session, supervisor, and examiners, first of all, allow me to express my gratitude for the time and opportunity given to me to present the results of my thesis research entitled The Effect of Life Expectancy, Unemployment, and Education on Poverty in the Province of Special Region of Yogyakarta. I conducted this research as one of the requirements to obtain a bachelor's degree in the Economics Education Study Program, Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Negeri Jakarta. The discussion topics in this thesis defense are divided into 5 chapters. The first chapter is an introduction that contains background, research question, research objective, and research benefits. The second chapter is a literature review that contains theoretical basis, relevant research, conceptual framework, and research hypothesis. The third chapter is a research method that contains research methods and analysis techniques. The fourth chapter is a discussion that contains research results and discussion. The fifth chapter is a conclusion that contains conclusion and implication. Next, I will start with the background of this research. Economic development is used as a basic indicator for developing countries. In simple terms, economic development can be understood as an effort or process of making changes towards a better direction than before for greater prosperity and welfare. According to Lestari et al., 2023, there are many factors that hinder economic development, one of which is poverty. Poverty is a problem that affects everyone, especially in developing countries like Indonesia. A person or group is considered poor if they are unable to meet their basic needs, including house, food, health service, and education. As a result, poverty can have many negative impacts, especially on social problems, and can also have an impact on the progress of the world economy. The poverty rate in Indonesia in 2023 is 9.36%, with the namely 13.24 million people. Although the number of poor people on the island of Java is the highest, Java's contribution to the national GDP is 57.05%. This illustrates that the economy is still concentrated on the island of Java. Java Island has 6 provinces, with the 3 largest poor people in East Java, Central Java, and West Java. However, if you look at the percentage of poor people, the highest is Special Region of Yogyakarta, which is 11.04%. In fact, among the 6 provinces on Java Island, the Special Region of Yogyakarta is the province with the smallest area. According to BPS of the Special Region of Yogyakarta Province 2013, the causes of poverty from an economic perspective are that poor people have limited resources and low quality, and there are differences in the quality of human research. The Special Province of Yogyakarta is one of the tourist destinations both locally and internationally, and is known as one of the best educational cities in Indonesia. However, there are still many economic and social problems experienced by the people of Yogyakarta. Many residents of Yogyakarta are still unable to access development to improve social welfare, meaning that many are still below the poverty line. Furthermore, the percentage of the member of poor people in the special region of Yogyakarta shows a fluctuating trend dominated by a decline from 2012 to 2023. Although the average poverty rate decreases every year, the poverty rate in the special region of Yogyakarta province is still higher than the national poverty rate. Therefore, government efforts are needed to make policies to reduce poverty rates in the special region of Yogyakarta province. In addition to the still high poverty rate, inequality in the special region of Yogyakarta province is also still high. For 5 consecutive years, the special region of Yogyakarta province has ranked first at the national level. According to the Central Statistics Agency of the Special Region of Yogyakarta Province, 2013, the cause of poverty in economic terms is that the population has limited resources and low quality, as well as difference in the quality of human resource. One of the main components of poverty alleviation is human resource. Life expectancy is an important indicator of health and well-being. Life expectancy in the special region of Yogyakarta province shows an increasing trend as measured by the quality of health service and their availability. Andriasha et al. 2024 in their research state that people who live healthier tend to be more productive. This is related to higher poverty rates. Based on table 1.4 above, we can see that the life expectancy in the 5 regency or cities in the special region of Yogyakarta province has increased from year to year in the last 8 years. However, if we look at the comparison of each district or city, the district or city with the lowest life expectancy is Bantul district, while the one with the highest life expectancy is Kulon Progo district. In addition, research by Abda and Cahyono 2022 shows that unemployment has a positive impact on poverty rates in Indonesia. This is different from research by Aini and Islami 2021, which show that poverty is not influenced by unemployment because not all poverty is caused by unemployment. Unemployment among educated people, namely those who do not have jobs but are able to meet their basic needs, dominates the unemployment rates. Based on figure 1.5 above, according to data from the Central Statistics Agency of the Special Region of Yogyakarta Province, the open unemployment rate in the Special Region of Yogyakarta Province has fluctuated from 2016 until 2023. In 2020 and 2022, unemployment increased sharply due to COVID-19 pandemics and the high number of people who lost their jobs due to layoff. Poverty in this province is also exacerbated by dependence on low-wage informal workers. In addition to employment, having access to high-quality education can improve one's personal abilities and open up economic opportunity. Aini and Islami 2021 in their research show that poverty is negatively affected by educational achievement. This means that poverty will decrease along with the improvement in the quality of education. The average number of years of schooling is one indicator of a nation's educational achievement. The education metric known as average length of education shows how many years a person at a certain age has attended formal school. The average length of education is determined by dividing the length of education of the population aged 15 years and over by the number of residents of the same age. Based on table 1.6 above, we can see that the average length of schooling in the 5 regencies or cities in the special region of Yogyakarta province in the last 8 years has increased from year to year. However, if we look at the comparison of each district or city, the district or city with the lowest length of schooling is Gunung Kidul district, while the one with the highest length of schooling is Yogyakarta city. This research is the result of various previous studies. The authors' interest in researching the effect of life expectancy, unemployment, and education on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province originated from previously existing information and data. Next is the research question. The researcher considered and developed the following research question based on the research background explained earlier. First, is there an influence of life expectancy on poverty in special region of Yogyakarta province in 2012 until 2023? Second, is there an influence of unemployment on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province in 2012 until 2023? Third, is there an influence of education on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province in 2012 until 2023? Next slide is objectives and benefits. The objectives of this study are: first, to find out the influence of life expectancy on poverty in special region of Yogyakarta in 2012 until 2023. Second, to find out the influence of unemployment on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta in 2012 until 2023. Third, to find out the influence of education on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta in 2012 until 2023. The benefits of this research can be separated into two categories, namely theoretical and practical benefits, which are explained as follows. Theoretical benefits is aiding reference and knowing the gaps, and practical benefit is provides information, policy consideration, and insight. There are four basic theories in this research, namely poverty, life expectancy, unemployment, and education. First, poverty. Ahmad 2009 defines poverty as a condition where a person or group is unable to fulfill basic needs such as food, clothing, shelter, education, and health, either due to economic factors or limited access to available resources. Ahmad 2009 also emphasized that poverty is not only a matter of lack of income, but also includes other aspects such as: 1. Limited access to basic social services such as education and health. 2. Inability to participate fully in social life due to limited resource or social exclusion. 3. Vulnerability to economic risks such as job loss or increases in price of basic necessities. Second is life expectancy rate. Todaro and Smith 2015, life expectancy is the average length of life of a person since birth, assuming current mortality rate patterns apply throughout their life. Life expectancy is a statistical measure that shows how long a person can live on average from birth based on the level of death or mortality in society at a certain time. This figure is calculated using mortality data at the time without taking into account future change, such as improvement in medical technology or improvements in health service. Third, unemployment. Sukurno 2000 defines unemployment as a situation where a person is of productive working age and is part of the workforce, but is unable to obtain work or obtain work that can fulfill his fundamental needs. This definition highlights two types of unemployment. First, open unemployment, namely those who do not have a job at all even though they are actively looking for it. Second, hidden unemployment or underemployment, namely those who have jobs but do not match their economic needs or abilities. For example, someone who works very few hours or receives wages that are far below a living standard is also considered part of the unemployed. Fifth, fourth is education or average years of schooling. BPF defines average length of schooling as a figure that shows how long individuals of a certain age have attended formal school. This indicator is used to provide an overview of the level of educational participation in a region. For example, if the average length of schooling in an area is 8 years, this indicates that the majority of the population in that area has on average completed education up to junior high school level. On the other hand, if this figure is lower, for example 6 years, it reflects that the majority of the population has only completed education up to elementary school level. The main theory in this research is North's 1971 vicious circle theory. North's 1971 vicious circle of poverty theory states that poverty occurs due to imperfect market conditions, limited capital, and human resources. This suggests that a number of cyclical factors interact and respond to maintain income poverty in developing countries. Due to low productivity, countries become poor and ultimately unable to meet their food needs. According to North, poverty often persists because it exists vicious circles that support each other. 1. Lack of access to health, nutrition, and education quality due to low income. 2. Poor health and low level of education leading to limited job options and low level of employment productivity, which in turn reduce income. 3. Unstable work or poverty, because the family does not unstable to meet their basic needs due to their absence fixed income. Next is supporting theory. First, human capital theory. School 1960 and Becker 1964 have put forward the human capital theory, which states that spending money on education and health increases individual productivity. This theory argues that of society with higher life expectancy tend to have more opportunities to develop skills, work longer hours, and generate greater income. This condition reduces poverty due to labor productivity. Second, Keynesian economic theory. Keynes' 1936 theoretical view states that aggregate demand is the cause of the unemployment rate problem. So it is not low production but low consumption that causes economic growth to be hampered. According to Keynes, public consumption plays an important role in maintaining the stability of aggregate demand. If household consumption decreases, for example due to low income or people's tendency to save more, then demand for goods and services also decreases. This decline has a direct impact on overall economic activity, including production and job creation. In other words, unemployment occurs not because people are unable to produce goods, but because the goods produced do not have enough buyers. Third, endogenous growth theory. Endogenous economic growth is an economic model that optimizes the internal potential of a country. This model prioritizes human resources with the strength of science, natural resources, technological assets, and institutions. In this model, a country internal potential is considered as the main strength that can be optimized to achieve sustainable development. One important aspect of this theory is human resources. Quality human resources with the knowledge and skills are considered a key factor that can increase productivity and innovation. The following is previous research that was used as a reference in this research. First, Arfa Valian, Kevin, Ardito Biandi, Ahmad Syariuddin, 2022. The effect of GRDP, life expectancy, and average length of schooling on poverty in regencies or cities in Central Java Province, 2013 until 2021. GRDP has a negative and insignificant effect on poverty, while life expectancy and average length of schooling have a negative and significant effect on poverty. Second, Kieran V.F. Supit, Joseph B. Kalangis, Siva Y.L. Tumangkang, 2023. The effect of economic growth, human development index, and unemployment on poverty in Minahasa Regency. Economic growth and HDI have a negative and insignificant effect on poverty in Minahasa Regency, while unemployment has a positive and significant effect on poverty in Minahasa Regency. Third, Hasdiar B. Chamers and Cici Ratnasari, 2023. Effects of education and health and unemployment against poverty in Bangka Belitung Island. Education has a significant negative effect on poverty, health has an insignificant positive effect on poverty, and unemployment has an insignificant effect on poverty. The following is the conceptual framework in this research, where life expectancy is variable x1, unemployment is variable x2, and education or average years of schooling is x3, and poverty is variable y. The hypothesis in this research is h1. There is a negative and significant influence between life expectancy on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province. H2. There is a positive and significant influence between the open unemployment rate on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province. H3. There is a negative and significant influence between education on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province. Next slide is unit of analysis, population, and sample. The unit of analysis in this research is poverty as the dependent variable, life expectancy, unemployment, and education as the independent variables. And the population in this study is the special region of Yogyakarta province. Next is sample in this research is 4 districts and 1 city in the special region of Yogyakarta province that have data on poverty, life expectancy, unemployment, and education in 2012 until 2023. Next is data collection technique. The data used in this research is secondary data originating from the Central Statistics Agency of the Special Region of Yogyakarta. The data used in this research is secondary data of the panel data type, namely data that combines cross-section data, namely for district and 1 city in special region of Yogyakarta province, and a time series namely from 2012 until 2023. Next slide is variable operationalization. First, poverty. Poverty in this study is measured by the percentage of the number of poor people based on basic needs set by the Central Statistics Agency in each district or city in the special region of Yogyakarta province during the period 2012 until 2023 in percent units. Second, life expectancy rate. The indicator that can be used to measure life expectancy is the life expectancy figure published by the Central Statistics Agency in years. Third, unemployment. In this study, researchers used data on the open unemployment rate of the special region of Yogyakarta province from the Central Statistics Agency. Fourth, education or average years of schooling. The indicator used to measure education in this study is the average length of schooling published by the Central Statistics Agency of Special Region of Yogyakarta in years. The analysis technique used in this research is multiple linear regression. There are 4 stages, namely the first is the estimation model. The estimation model consists of the common effect model, fixed effects model, and random effect model. Second is estimation methods. Model selection in panel data analysis is carried out through various tests to determine the most appropriate model. 3 tests that are often used are the Coe test, Hausman test, and Lagrange multiplier test. 3 classical assumption tests. The following are various types of classical assumption testing. First, there is a normality test. multicollinearity test, and heteroscedasticity test. Fourth is hypothesis testing. There are three stages of hypothesis testing, namely is the F-test, t-test, and coefficient of determination. Next are the research results. The first test is the selection of regression models. The regression estimation model consists of the common effect model, fixed effect model, and random effect model. Furthermore, there are three tests, namely the Chow test, the Hausman test, and the Lagrange multiplier test to determine the best model used as a research model. First, the Chow test. The Chow test is a test conducted to determine the best model between the common effect model and the fixed effect model. If the probability cross-section F and probability cross-section chi-square values are more than 0.05, then the best model is common effect model. Conversely, if the probability cross-section F and probability cross-section chi-square values are less than 0.05, then the best model is fixed effect model. Second, Hausman test. Hausman test is a test conducted to determine the best model between fixed effect model and random effect model. If the random cross-section probability value is greater than 0.05, then the best model is random effect model. Conversely, if the random cross-section probability value is less than 0.05, then the best model is fixed effects model. Based on the result of the Hausman test, the probability value of the random cross-section is 0.0309, which is less than 0.05. So it can be concluded that the selected model is the fixed effects model. Therefore, this study will use the fixed effect model so that it is not necessary to continue the Lagrange multiplier test. The following are the results of the panel data regression test using fixed effect model. The second test is the classical assumption test. The classical assumption test used in a linear regression with the OLS estimation method includes the normality test, multicollinearity test, and heteroscedasticity test. First, normality test. Normality test is a multiple regression procedure of panel data to determine whether the measured data is normally distributed or there is no residual data. Normal data distribution can be seen if the Jorquebera probability value is more than 0.05. Conversely, if the Jorquebera probability value is less than 0.05, then the data is not normally distributed. Based on the result of the normality test conducted by the researcher, the Jorquebera probability calculated was 0.704347, more than 0.05, so that it can be concluded that the data normally distributed are free from symptoms of non-normally distributed data. Second, multicollinearity test. Multicollinearity test is a panel data multiple regression procedure to test the correlation between independent variables. Data is said to have symptoms of multicollinearity if the value or variance inflation factor is more than 10. Conversely, if the VIF value is less than 10, then there is no multicollinearity between the independent variables. Based on the result of the multicollinearity test conducted by the researcher, the three variables have a variance inflation factor values of less than 10, so that it can be concluded that this study free from symptoms of perfect correlation between independent variables or is said to have no symptoms of multicollinearity. Third, heteroscedasticity test. Based on the heteroscedasticity test in the table above using the Glaser test, the probability value that must be made to be free from heteroscedasticity symptom is a significance value or probability greater than 0.05. Based on this test, all probabilities of the variable life expectancy as x1, unemployment as x2, and education as x3 exceed the significant value, which is 0.05. So in this research model, it has been free from heteroscedasticity symptoms. The following are the results of panel data regression using the fixed effect model. Based on the result of data processing, the following regression equation is obtained. Y 36.67676 minus 18.55703 x1 plus 0.062286 x2 minus 0.918676 x3. Furthermore, based on the regression equation, it can be concluded that 1. The constant value obtained is 36.67676. This can be explained that if life expectancy as x1 and employment as x2 and education as x3 are 0, then the poverty value or y is 36.67676%. 2. The regression coefficient value for the life expectancy variable x1 is minus 18.55703. This means that if the life expectancy variable x1 increases by 1 year, the poverty variable sy decreases by 18.55703%. 3. The regression coefficient value for the unemployment variable x2 is 0.062286. This means that if the unemployment variable as x2 increases by 1%, the poverty variable sy increases by 0.006228986%. 4. The regression coefficient value for the education variable as x3 is minus 0.09186675. This means that if the education variable as x2 increases by 1 year, the poverty variable sy decreases by 0.918675%. The t-test or partial test is a hypothesis test used to test the influence of each independent variable on the dependent variable, which is carried out through evaluation from the probability or p-value at a significance level of 5% or 0.05. 1. The result of the t-test on the life expectancy variable as x1 show that the life expectancy variable as x1 has a t-statistic of means 3.963494 greater than the t-table of 2.001717484 with a probability value of 0.0002 smaller than the significant value of 0.05. So it can be concluded that the life expectancy variable has a negative and significant effect on the poverty variable. 2. The result of the t-test on the unemployment variable show that the unemployment variable has a t-statistic of 2.069592 greater than the t-table of 2.001717484 with a probability value of 0.0435 smaller than the significance value of 0.05. So it can be concluded that the unemployment variable does not have a significant positive effect on the poverty variable. 3. The result of the t-test on the variable average length of schooling obtained that the variable average length of schooling has a statistic of minus 2.59478 greater than the t-table of 2.001717484 with a probability value of 0.0123 smaller than the significant value of 0.05. So it can be concluded that the variable average length of schooling has a significant effect on the poverty variable. The F-test or simultaneous test is a test used to test independent variables together or simultaneously against the dependent variable. The F-test also functions as a test to determine the feasibility of a regression model in predicting the dependent variable through a significance level of 5% or 0.05. The F-statistic value of 478.3895 is greater than the F-table with a probability of 0.0000 smaller than the significant value of 0.05. So it can be concluded that the variable of life expectancy, unemployment, and education can have significant effects simultaneously on poverty. The coefficient of determination aims to be an analysis used to measure how far the influence of the research model is in explaining the variation of the independent variable. In the coefficient of determination test, it was obtained that the adjusted R-square value was 0.982651, or it can be said that the value is 98.2651%. This means that the large variation of the variable of life expectancy, unemployment, and education is able to explain the poverty variable by 98.2651%, while the remaining 1.7346% can be explained by other variables outside this research model. Based on the results of the research conducted by the researcher, there are several conclusions obtained from the result of multiple regression analysis of panel data through the t-test and f-test, namely: 1. Life expectancy measured using life expectancy age has a significant negative effect on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province. 2. Unemployment measured using the open unemployment rate has a significant positive effect on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province. 3. Education measured using the average length of schooling has a significant negative effect on poverty in the special region of Yogyakarta province. Next slide is implication. These findings suggest that effort to reduce poverty should focus on improving the quality of human resources through health, education, and work skills. The government is expected to strengthen equitable health and education service and create policies that support job creation. The private sector can play a role through corporate social responsibility or CSR programs, job provision, and support for education and entrepreneurship. Meanwhile, communities and non-governmental organizations need to be active in empowerment programs, skills training, and community development. I would like to thank you for the attention and opportunity given to me. Hopefully, the result of this study can provide a positive contribution. both for the development of science and for interested parties. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.